Western Sizzlin has officially closed now. It's just sad. I did get my friend Shane from Opelika. I called him up and I was like, because Shane does a lot of kayaking, and Shane films his kayak and he'll put out videos once in a while. So I'm like, well, if there's any guy that would be willing to do it, it would be Shane. Shane comes to shows. Shane's supportive, and I still see Shane a bunch. So I asked him, would he go down to Western Sizzlin and just film a little bit of the inside of it for me? And he said that he would, and he took his family. He took his whole family. He told me he had never been to Western Sizzlin. I'm like, what's going on there? How you living in Opelika all this time? You never been to the Western Sizzlin, but, you know. And Hannah said, do you think maybe that's the kind of place that only like white trash families like yours went to? She didn't use those words, but that's what she was trying to say. She was like, you think that was a restaurant that maybe just kind of trashy people like you went to? And I was like, you know, I never thought of it that way, but that could be it. But Western Sizzlin was great. But this is what I've decided. With Western Sizzlin closing, Red Lobster closing, I'm starting to see all these other restaurants closing. You know, Pizza Hut is going to be closing some places. Ruby Tuesdays, I don't know, any others like that. I've decided I'm going to stop making fun of chain restaurants. Does that mean I'm going to hold to this thing I've decided? No, it doesn't. I could change at any point. But I feel like it's like making fun of Applebee's is like making fun of Nickelback at this point. It's like, hey, Nickelback's good. Do I like every song that they have? No. Did I download one of their most recent albums the other day and try to listen to it and not like it? Yes. But never made it as a wise man, couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing, and this is how you remind me of what I really am. Great song. A rock star. I don't remember how it goes. Take a look at this photograph. Rock star driving 15, something like that. You know how it goes. Oh, these are great songs. And this is how you remind me of what I really am. It's a great song. I don't know why we're making fun of Nickelback like they really did something to us. They've not done anything to us. My understanding is one time Brian Posehn made fun of Nickelback on a show, and now all of a sudden we all don't like them anymore.
No one talks about the studies that show that bad music makes people violent. Like Nickelback makes me want to kill Nickelback.
It's like, who cares what this guy likes? He's free to not like them, but that doesn't mean the rest of... I'm not looking to Brian Posehn to go, what's he thinking about this? You know? I mean, I saw a picture one time, and it was a car hood, and it had the 4 members of Kiss and the 4 members of Nickelback all airbrushed on the front of this car hood. Is that... I don't know why I'm asking myself a lot of questions, but is that too far? Yeah, it is. That is too far. There's no need to go that far. There's no need to be a fan of anybody that much. I never liked anything enough to even get a personalized plate. Even that feels like too much. Much less getting a tattoo, getting airbrushed on a car, airbrushed on a shirt, fine. I'm all about it. But a car tag, getting a personalized car tag, I never liked anything that much. My mom had a personalized tag all growing up. It was an Auburn tag that had AK-7 on it for Alan Kulwicki, number 7. She loved Alan Kulwicki. I never loved anything that much. To get my dad's got a few personalized plates, but it's just our last name, you know, with a number by it. I don't get the personalized plate thing. If you have it, you know, that's okay. I mean, good for you. You love something enough. But not me. I saw a Nissan Maxima, not a Mazda, a Nissan Maxima the other day, had a car tag on it that said Showbiz. This is a personalized tag. This guy went down to the DMV and was like, I want Showbiz on this tag. They're like, I picture them at the DMV going, you mean you want it on this Nissan Maxima? Now, nothing against a Nissan Maxima. I think it's a good car. And there was a time in my life where I thought, man, I wish I had a Nissan Maxima instead of this 4-door Saturn, dark blue with gray bumpers and no power steering and a stick shift. I wish I had that. But you know, it's like when I think of show business, when I think of people wanting to get into showbiz, I don't think about a Nissan Maxima. I don't think, I hope I land this movie role so that one day I can get myself a Nissan Maxima. It's just like I rented this car, Kia, what is it? Oh, a Kia Soul. I rented a Kia Soul. I've rented a Kia Soul a couple of times. I don't really like them, but I've rented them a couple of times. Sometimes that's all the place has. The first time I thought it was cool. You remember it's the car the hamsters used to drive around in the commercial? They're fine cars. If you drive a Kia Soul and you're listening to this podcast right now inside a Kia Soul, I don't want you to feel bad about yourself. And if you're driving a Nissan Maxima, I don't want you to feel bad about yourself. These are perfectly good cars. All I'm saying is when I'm driving the Kia Soul, I was down on some real homeless beach in L.A., whatever one of those beaches outside of LA that's real homeless, got a real homeless, sketchy vibe down there. And I went down there to bomb at a comedy show in a basement about 6 years ago. And I drove down there and did my joke about it's 5 o'clock somewhere to a bunch of people that probably never heard of country and probably drink round the clock. And I'm looking for parking. And I can't find parking. And then finally I find this empty street full of parking spots. And I go, oh, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. And then I go, well, I wonder why there's nobody parked here, though. And then I get out and I'm trying to pay the meter. And I hear this guy yelling, this homeless guy yelling. And I've heard homeless people yell before. It didn't bother me. I'm not affected by it. But then he started to get real personal. I think he started to talk about the way I was dressed. And I was like, well, that still could be random yelling. And then he goes, I wish I drove a Kia Soul, which I don't think anybody's ever yelled out. It's like you may end up driving a Kia Soul, but I don't think you wish that you were driving one. But he's like, I wish I was driving a Kia Soul. I can't even afford my diabetes medication. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, this is why nobody's parked here. This guy's about to break my back glass to, you know, steal a phone charger to pawn for some diabetes medication. And so I'm going to go ahead and get out of here.